The backslider gets bored with himself, but the godly man's life is exciting. Proverbs 14 verse 14 TLB. The backslider in heart will have his fill of his own ways, but a good man will be satisfied with his. Proverbs 14 verse 14. It's very interesting, this is a word we use very often. The backslider. Now I'll tell you something. This is the only place in the entire Bible where you find the word backslider. It's just something interesting we can keep in mind. The Living Bible paraphrase is very beautiful. It says, "The backslider gets bored with himself, but the godly man's life is exciting." How is the godly man's life exciting? Because every day, in each situation he says, "It's wonderful to see how God is going to sanctify me through this situation. This complicated situation here. It's wonderful to see how the Lord has brought it across my path. I didn't expect this today, but it's come across my path. That which would depress the person in the world, the godly man takes as a challenge. There's some new opportunity for me to take up the cross, and for the Holy Spirit to work mightily to deliver me. This is my quota of evil." Jesus said every day has its appointed quota of evil in Matthew 6 verse 34. We have to recognize our quota of evil for the day and convert it to glory in some way. So life is exciting because each day, the godly man looks forward to how he can take up the cross and overcome. But the backslider, the person who has gone back, it speaks in Hebrews 10 about, "If anyone draws back, my soul will have no pleasure in him." You know, that's, in a sense, the backslider. The person who draws back in the moment of temptation. In the meeting, he's very zealous. "Oh, praise you, Lord, in this meeting. Though all men deny thee, I will not deny thee," and all that. But then before the cock has crowed twice, he's already denied the Lord 3 times after he's gone out from the meeting. In the moment of temptation, he draws back. That's the backslider. The man who pulls back from suffering and denying himself in the moment of temptation, though he praises God loudly in the meeting. His life is really boring. Out there in the world they say, "We want to have fun." Well, I'll tell you, you can never have as much fun, real fun, as you can have by being a godly man. His life is exciting. The type of fun they have out in the world brings disease, it brings problems, it brings difficulties, it brings depression. Occasionally they have spurts of laughter, but the godly man's life is the really exciting life. I mentioned that this word backslider appears only once in the Bible. In the Old Testament, in the books of Jeremiah and Hosea, backsliding appears 16 times or so, but the word backslider is only found here. There is no mention of backsliders in the New Testament. The New Testament speaks much more about carnal people and lukewarm people. We shouldn't think there's such a thing as backsliding and going forward, backsliding and going forward in the Christian life. You know, we need to understand that the New Testament doesn't speak of that type of life. The New Testament says if you are living that type of life, you are carnal. You're not just backsliding and coming back to the Lord in the meeting, you're fundamentally carnal. You're fundamentally lukewarm. There's something in your life you haven't forsaken. There's not a wholehearted acceptance of the cross in your life. We call it backsliding, but it's not backsliding. The fundamental reason is, I am carnal. I am lukewarm. There's a fire missing in my life, and I try to cover it up by saying, I just backslid a little bit there, but I'm coming back to the Lord again on Sunday. No. That's why the New Testament doesn't speak about backsliding, but it speaks about people who are carnal and lukewarm.